A model for autonomous learning based on Winchester Cathedral. This video applies the 6 steps of the learner's journey to how the managers of Winchester Cathedral support access to their building for people with a range of needs. It demonstrates a model that can be used with any form of project-based learning. Inception is the period at the very beginning of the learning process, before a word is spoken. It is the opportunity to create the right climate for learning, the unwritten rules of engagement. Pre-exposure is an important aspect of inception. It is about creating an idea of what lies ahead and what the experience might involve. It generates a sense of expectation and interest. In the case of Winchester Cathedral, the name itself gives some clues. When developing autonomous learning projects, titles are important, and teachers should consider them carefully. Prior to any visit to the cathedral, their website gives the visitor a choice of pages and information to look at, starting with a welcome page containing a list of the various sections to be found within the site. The visiting the cathedral pages, by indicating the on-site facilities and support available, give details of how the visit can best be managed. For those who have not used the website, the welcome board outside the cathedral does the same job, but in a simpler format. This kind of information, given out before a project commences, helps students to orientate themselves to the work ahead, an important aspect of autonomy. On any day, the type of visitor to the cathedral ranges from the young to the old, from those with a good pre-knowledge to those with none, and from those that understand English to those that don't. Each will have a different goal. Some will just want to absorb the atmosphere, and some will want a detailed history, whilst others will want a bit of both. And like students, some will have done pre-visit work, whilst others will just turn up. The location must try to engage them all. This is no different to a teacher planning a project for a class of students, even if there has been some pre-course selection. There will be a range of awareness and ability, so there should be a range of aims and objectives. The introduction is about indicating choices. Depending on what the visitor wants to get out of their visit, they can choose from a guided tour, an audio tour, a self-directed tour using one of the many leaflets provided, or a combination of all three. Likewise, projects designed to promote autonomous learning should present a number of options with various levels of self-direction and support. There are many guided tours. Some start at set times throughout the day, others can be pre-booked at times convenient to both the visitor and the guide. In each case, the guide is an expert and can give detailed insights. The tours themselves are inflexible. Apart from answering the odd question, visitors get what they are given. However, they can choose which ones and can exit them at any time. When developing autonomous learning projects, teachers can plan inputs from themselves and other sources in a similar way, such as short presentations or lectures given at set times throughout the duration of the project. The audio guide provides the same kind of information, but in a much more flexible format. Users can stop and start the machine at any time, skip sections and do them in any order, and take time out to look at aspects not covered by the guide. Teachers, instead of always giving presentations and lectures, could record them and put them on a website alongside TV clips and PowerPoint sequences so students can access and re-access them whenever they like. For visitors who feel very autonomous, there is the site map or plan indicating where key things of interest can be found. At each location there is a plaque with brief information about the what, when, where, how, and sometimes the why of what is on view. Visitors have complete control over the content, sequencing, and timing of their visit. If visitors want more detail, there is a wide range of guidebooks available. As students become more expert in managing their project-based learning, the support available can take the form of simple route maps through the possible content with an indication of additional information and support available if they need it. Whichever way visitors choose to explore the cathedral, there are always individual guides on hand to provide support. The visitor can approach them when lost or having reflected on what they have seen, when they need more information. Sometimes when they notice visitors looking puzzled over or particularly interested in something they have seen, these guides will intervene to offer support. The visitor asks the questions so is in control of any additional information. The big advantage of this flexible approach to project-based learning is that it encourages students to reflect on what they are doing throughout the learning process and not just at the end. Visitors, on leaving the cathedral, can go to the shop and buy a book on a related topic, or just sit on the grass to reflect on a day well spent, or, alternatively, share their thoughts and feelings with others in order to plan the next visit. Successful project-based learning requires a what went well, a what needs to be improved, and a what next session, in order to capture the lessons learned. Usually this is done best in a group. It avoids self-deception and exploits the observations and talents of many rather than just those of one.